Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Saltcast. I am your host, Alex. I'm here with Bert and Sebastian. Today we have an episode that we are MCU focused. We're going to be talking Marvel. We're going to be talking MCU. Deadpool 3 is coming out in a couple months as of this recording. So we're going to talk a little bit about the state of the MCU, kind of our thoughts on how this mega franchise is going, how it's been performing or not performing as of late, and if it's circling the drain or if it's going to be revived by Deadpool, or like what's kind of going to happen.
Who knows?
What we think. But yeah, so we'll kind of start it off. Deadpool and Wolverine, that's the next big Marvel project that's coming out. What is your guys' kind of like hype level for that? You guys excited? Not excited?
It's the first time in so long that I've been excited for a Marvel movie.
Yeah, me too. I can't remember the last time.
Well, I guess I was excited for Guardians 3. But not as much as this.
Yeah. This is definitely one of the projects that I'm pretty excited for, like probably more excited for than I have been since maybe like
Spider-Man for me.
Yeah, probably No Way Home. I was pretty hyped for Guardians though, I'm not gonna lie. I was very excited for that.
I was too.
But yeah, I think Deadpool probably biggest thing for me since No Way Home. Okay, yeah. So do you guys think that Deadpool and Wolverine can kind of like revive the MCU, or do you think it's going to be like a one-off thing and it's kind of going to keep getting more of like the same bad quality or not so high quality stuff that we kind of gotten from the Disney Plus shows and all of that?
I don't think any one thing can revive the MCU. I think it could be the start of it, because I think the things that can revive the MCU are the X-Men and the Fantastic Four being good, and this would kind of be the start of that, I think.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think I kind of agree. I think the X-Men cannot get here soon enough, and Deadpool is kind of like that first little taste of it. But yeah, to reach like the level, or like even be comparable to like the like first 10 years of the MCU, like I think you need a team like the X-Men. Like the Avengers team that exists now is just not the same like quality.
No one cares about like 80% of the new of the new Avengers.
Yeah, nobody has like the same level of like care. Like nobody care. Well, not nobody, but the majority of people don't care for like these other characters that are getting movies and things like that. There's like little ones here and there, like
Shang-Chi.
hidden gems and stuff. Yeah, like Shang-Chi. But yeah, there's no like heavy hitters like Iron Man, Thor, Cap every year, every couple years coming out. Civil War, nothing like that. Like if you think about it, like Marvel really just had banger after banger after banger for 10 years straight.
Well, that's
They're
why
starting to slow down.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like one movie and, oh, we're back, baby. It's like you need to have a good new thing. And ideally, too.
You need a franchise or a team to kind of
that's why I'm saying
around.
The X-Men and the Fantastic Four, I think, are both chances for that.
Yeah. I mean, if you kind of think about it, like it was like almost inevitable that they were going to hit this slump too, in a way, just because so many of the major players got knocked off the board.
Yeah,
like
but
we lost a lot of them.
Thing is, they're just bad movies, even if they had good characters.
That too. Yeah, like you could definitely make a better movie with some of these like C tier characters.
Yeah,
and
Iron Man was a
successful.
CT character.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Iron Man, Thor, Cap, all of them. They were all B, C tier characters. Black Widow, Hawkeye, like nobody cared about them.
Well, no one still cares about Black Widow and Hawkeye.
Well, I mean, Black Widow is like more popular than she's ever been now.
Still
because
lame.
of the Avengers and because of Scarlett Johansson.
I think so.
I still think that Hawkeye is cooler than her.
Yeah, I don't think that.
He has a good show. She has a shitty movie.
Her movie's not shitty. It's just not great, but it's all right. But yeah, there's also been a bunch of stuff going on with Marvel. Like the quality control has not been like the same, and I think part of that is because it got so big now. Like Kevin Feige can't like oversee literally every single thing. Like you've got 12 shows and 4 movies coming out in 1 year. Well, not literally 12, but three to 4 shows and 3 movies in the same year. Like that's a lot of stuff for one person to kind of be overseeing and like making sure it's all coherent and like following a similar tone and style.
Yeah,
especially now when you have like so many different directors stepping in and doing different things for different projects.
I think they shouldn't have gone for more than like 1 movie a year, and maybe a movie a year plus a TV show.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like Disney was so greedy right after all of that. Like they just threw everything at the wall and hoped to see what would stick, and didn't have the same kind of quality that they were like used to doing or having.
The crazy part to me is the CG hard drops.
Yeah, the CG is definitely bad.
It's crazy how like peak CG is still like earlier 2000s, like Avatar or Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest.
Yeah, true. That is just super good CG. I didn't even think about that.
Like, what happened to those?
Yeah, I think it's because they became too reliant on CG. Because I feel like back then they used to do a mix of practical and CG.
Yeah, but Davy Jones' face was all CG, and he's in a lot of scenes. It's not like they barely use him.
That's true. I don't know.
But even in the older Marvel movies, like Iron Man, like there was practical suits that were built.
Oh yeah,
yeah, like not all of it was practical, but
yeah,
anything that could be done practically should be done practically.
The shoulders and the torso and stuff, like he had like an actual thing that he would wear.
Yeah, it didn't actually fly though.
No, obviously. But yeah, I think the biggest issue with them is kind of like the quality control. I think there's too many voices trying to do too many different things on too many different projects.
Could be.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you because they are so bad, but like in different ways. It's not like they're all bad for the same thing. Like,
yeah,
the Marvels is just boring as hell. Thor is freaking stupid. What's another bad one? I guess Black Widow is also boring as hell.
They took for granted all of the success that they had and thought that they could just give the audience anything and put Marvel or superheroes on it and that it would be the same kind of response. But the audience is not that stupid. Well, yeah, but it was quality.
There was probably a little bit of time, a couple years maybe, where they were still making bad movies and popping off on sales. It's only in the recent, all the movies, 2-3 years that...
All of the movies still do good, other than like Ant-Man and the Marvels were the only 2 that performed
Are those not the 2 most recent
box
ones?
office standards.
No, Ant-Man was before Guardians, I think.
Yeah, the Marvels is the most recent. And then the Disney Plus shows, that's like a whole other problem.
I think they tried... I think it's because things are too rushed. Like, everything feels so pointless. It's like, here's this enemy. This enemy's defeated. And then here is the 30-second credit scene that continues the overall plot. Thanks for watching that filler.
Yeah. I mean, the enemies have... The villains have always been a weak point, even when Marvel was good. Or, like, universally considered good. The villains have always been kind of bad.
Yeah, I looked back recently and I kind of made that realization.
Yeah, like there's only a handful of them that you can really say, like Loki, Killmonger.
Killmonger is not a villain. Dude got robbed. He won a fair fight to win the crown, and they didn't respect that fair fight.
Technically, T'Challa wasn't dead.
You can't go out of bounds in a boxing ring.
Well, you should have killed him there then.
He didn't know. Dude ran away. If you fall off a cliff and then don't come back, you lost. Like, they shouldn't have to track you down across the world to win.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else. What other villains were decent? I don't know. The thing with the Marvel characters is, well, yeah, I said Thanos.
Green Goblin, Doc Ock.
Yeah, but they're before the MCU.
They're during.
Yeah, now, but they were established before.
Whiplash. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, right.
Who is
Justin Hammer's all right.
Bucky is kind of one.
Yeah, Bucky for a little bit. That's the thing. The Marvel, like, the drama comes from the relationships between the heroes more than anything. Like, that's why Civil War is so good.
I'm upset that Civil War is a Captain America movie. Unfair that he has the best trilogy because, yes, the Winter Soldier is good, but that third one is not a Captain America movie. It's an Avengers movie. Just saying.
Yeah,
it's basically Avengers 2.5.
Unfair to be like, Captain America has the best trilogy. Well, he has Civil War. Of course he does.
Yeah, that's true.
Guardians have the best trilogy if you...
I think the Guardians do have the best trilogy.
I do
like
too.
theirs the most.
And theirs doesn't cheat with an Avengers movie.
The best. If you guys could change anything like in the MCU and like how they were doing it, what would you guys change to like improve it, make it better?
All the B-list characters they're bringing up.
What?
I feel like they're bringing up a lot of characters I just don't care about.
Well, I mean,
that's not even my problem because I would agree with you if it wasn't for how much I liked Shang-Chi because I did not care about him, didn't even want to see the movie.
They haven't even talked about that.
That's a B-list character.
Yeah.
That's what you were just talking about.
I know, but they haven't brought anything up. They introduced a bunch of things and they haven't really done anything with it.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. I agree with that point too.
They're just introducing people at this point to introduce them. They're showing me 1,000 people, but they're not like doing anything with these people.
Okay. Yes, I agree with you. Sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you were saying I wish they didn't introduce characters I don't know.
No, they have to do that at some point.
Yeah. I just got confused. Sorry. No, I agree with you. Too many. Yeah, stick with like maybe 5 max.
Like I don't like you can introduce a bunch, but introduce some and then make some like. Use them and then introduce more.
Yeah, I think that's like a big issue right now. Is like what are we building towards?
I don't
here?
even
like,
know
what's happening. Yeah.
For me, I would not do any multiverse stuff. I hate multiverse stuff.
Yeah,
you would have had to like completely redo everything from the beginning of like the end of Endgame to now.
I mean, you could stick with Endgame being like that and then just not do it again.
Yeah.
Or like just do it for one-offs, you know? Like you could have the Spider-Man thing happen and then them be like, yeah, that was too fucking crazy. Let's restrict this stuff.
Yeah. What is it? Would you rather them like reboot the whole thing?
No, that would suck. Unless they reboot it and don't use like if they rebooted it from Endgame and don't use any of the characters that were there. So like they pick up with like X-Men or Fantastic Four or something.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want them to reboot it and then start the same shit again and same characters a different way.
That's true.
True. Yeah, that's a good point.
Thing is, multiverse is almost like rebooting. They would just be like, it's a different universe.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the goal of the multiverse whole thing is like a soft reboot.
It's lame.
Basically.
I hate multiverse so much. This shit's been going on for like 5 years now, and not even just Marvel. Everything is multiverse.
I know, this is a trend I'm looking forward to die.
Yeah, the multiverse is everywhere right now. I'm ready for it to be done.
That's why I was so hyped with Invincibles being like multiverse. That shit's over. Get fucked. Wasn't important.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it stays that way because it could change, but it seems like it was like multiverse. Nope.
Yeah. I am excited though for the end of this whole like era, the multiverse saga, whatever. That's what they're calling it. But when they do like the Kang Dynasty or whatever it's going to be called later, and then Secret Wars, like that done right is endgame level of stakes, endgame level of like characters all in the same place. Like,
but it just,
that event is massive.
It's hard to care about it because it's like, it almost makes me not want them to do it if it's so cool, because it's like, I will never get it again and it's going to suck.
Yeah. I'm wondering like, how are they going to get to the point where they get to like that Secret Wars event
that we care about
with this current group? Like if the Fantastic Four are going to be a part of it, that's going to be a major thing. And if we don't care about them and we don't care about what's going on with their like life and their story and everything, like Secret Wars is fucked because they're going to be like the main players of that.
It's really hard for me to care because it's like, how many more are they introducing? More people? I freaking hope not. Besides X-Men and Fantastic Four, I don't see myself caring about many new characters.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like Blade is supposed to show up.
He's cool actually. And then at the same time, it's like that's so many freaking characters. The X-Men is already a lot of people. And then I'm sure I won't even get the ones I like. We'll probably get some lame people like Iceman.
Yeah.
And then, so X-Men, that's, 5+ characters there, probably more. Fantastic Four, that's 4 to 5 if you include Doom in that section.
Yeah.
Plus like the 10 characters that are already new.
Yeah, there's so many people right now, like just off the top of my head.
Plus,
like
there's still some of the old
Moon
ones.
Knight. Yeah. That's what I want to know. Like, what is going on? Well, Captain America is supposed to have a new movie next year, I think. Brave New World.
And I don't care.
With Sam Wilson's Cap.
I really don't care about that. Who is the bad guy in that, though?
Thunderbolt Ross.
But he's just a normal dude.
That's a cool name.
He, in the comics, becomes Red Hulk.
Okay. Seems like a weird villain for Captain America.
Yeah, I'm not sure like the whole plot of the whole movie. It's like he's trying to recreate super soldier serum and accidentally turns himself into the Hulk.
I feel like it's just going to seem so weird. It's going to seem like Falcon got buffed for no reason because he's going to be competing with superpowered people and he's still a normal dude.
That is true.
Yeah.
He just has this flying suit.
Yeah, like I guess it's vibranium, right? Or no?
Yeah, the wings are vibranium.
So, like, I guess that's going to be his buff, but, like, he's just a normal guy.
Yeah. So is Cap in a way, though. Like, Cap was
dude
just
can carry
like the
a
peak
helicopter.
of physical.
No,
he can't carry it. He can slow it down. His drugs are only, they make him the peak of what humans can do. Like, that is, like, if a human were to be perfect physically, that is what Cap is.
I don't believe that.
I don't either.
He outpowered Spider-Man one time.
He was holding back a helicopter.
He didn't outpower him. He just outsmarted him.
Are you saying a peak human can hold a helicopter back from falling away while ripping metal off of a building? I don't think so. I think that he is a super soldier.
Off of a building.
He ripped the railing that he was holding on to off the building. Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
He was on the product. It was giving out.
It did not.
He was pulling it out of the wall.
As soon as he slowed it slightly, and then as soon as Bucky decided to move it, he couldn't hold it.
He was holding it for at least like 2 seconds.
More. That's like one of his most famous scenes. There's no way even if you, let's ignore strength and grip strength and everything. If you tied a person's arm to a building and another arm to a helicopter, they'd be torn in half.
A helicopter has so much lifting power. There's no way human can stop that from happening. I'm sorry. There's drugs involved.
Well, obviously he has the super soldier
but he's
serum.
not peak human. He is superhuman.
Yeah, he's beyond human.
Okay.
He would have been torn in half. Is the point?
Black Panther is stronger than him.
Yeah,
though.
but he
Like,
has
Black
a drug.
Panther,
No, it's a flower.
yes,
Okay,
it's a flower.
Biggest drugs
I'm
come
sure
from.
it's a drug from the flower.
Yeah. Point is, he is superhuman, not peak human.
They
Okay,
have
whatever. Fair enough.
performance-enhancing drugs. This isn't fair.
And my dude Falcon has metal wings.
Yeah, he just is smart.
And what's crazy is he isn't even the only dude. Like, there were other people that used wings like that, so he's not even special.
Yeah, and the thing is, his technology isn't even that hard to recreate in this world.
They've done
Like-
it. There's other of them.
Yeah, like the Vulture.
Yeah, and his sidekick is gonna like show up. Like the new Falcon
What the hell?
is gonna have
How?
wings.
So they both have wings? The bird boys?
Yeah, yeah, pretty
The
much.
Bird Boys.
But I think that the Captain America movie can be cool or like interesting because it's going to be about like they have to reform the Avengers at some point, and Sam is going to be the one that has to do that. So like we need to have
Why
like,
not Hulk?
pillars within the MCU.
Yeah.
Hulk's not going to do it.
He's the
We
OG
need-
Avenger, the only one left. Well,
Yeah,
Thor,
but
but
Hulk
Thor's
is-
off planet.
Hulk's not a leader. Sam is at least a leader. So you need to have the Avengers in one corner. You need to have your space heroes like the Guardians in another. And then you need to have the what's it called?
The baby Avengers now.
No, not them. The X-Men in another corner. If you have those three things going on, like the space stuff, Avengers, and like you can group Fantastic Four kind of in there with them, and then X-Men and the space stuff, like those three things, if those are all like working well and like all pushing towards something like similar like they were with Thanos, then that's like a good recipe for success. And when you have X-Men and an Avengers team set up, that's like the perfect time for another Civil War type of event with like Avengers versus X-Men.
Yeah, that would be true if it wasn't for the fact that of those three teams you've listed, one of them has 2 good characters so far and like 20 introduced characters.
Yeah, like we need. That's another thing. If you're gonna do all of these characters, you need to like spend some more time with them. Like we need Shang-Chi too. Like 2 years ago, it's been so long since the first one came out.
People probably
Already.
forgot about him.
I feel like they need to be willing to slide people into other movies more often. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
not a big thing, but like, you know, throw Shang-Chi.
Yeah, he needs to show up again. Same thing with like Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man should be showing up in everything, and I kind of think he is gonna start too. Like they just are about to start filming Spider-Man 4, so.
Like,
Spider-Man's going to be showing up again too.
Of
soon.
the new Avengers group, let me think. If you consider Spider-Man one of them, obviously him, he's cool. Shang-Chi is cool. Thor could go either way. Dude is hit or miss, honestly. His Endgame and Infinity War versions of him were like one of the peak of all of Marvel. And then
Ragnarok too.
Ragnarok as well, yeah. And then Love and Thunder was one of the lowest points of all of Marvel. So Thor, who knows? He could be interesting or not. It depends on the movie.
And did they fix him or not?
I don't know if the Guardians don't really count for them. Who's another good Avenger? None of them. I guess. Like, how sad is it?
Hulk.
Maybe I don't like Smart Hulk.
I think that they're going to go back on Smart Hulk. I think they're going to turn him back into Crazy Hulk.
Okay, so possibly
Angry
good.
Hulk.
So far I got 1 confirmed. Shang-Chi, Spider-Man, I guess 2. So 2 confirmed. How sad is it that one of the best goddamn Avengers is Kate Bishop? And she's not even an Avenger. She's a baby Avenger.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. This reminds me of something. This is like a different note, but because you're talking about Avengers that like are relevant or that are super interesting. But
The short list.
yeah, it's a short list now. Like I like Sam personally. Like I like him, but I get it. Like
I
some
don't have
people
a problem with him. I just feel like he needs something. Like, dude is a normal guy. He needs something.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. But my point is, the death of Chadwick Boseman, I think that, like, if you're just looking at how it affected the MCU in like that singular way, obviously it affected a lot of other things. But not having him in the MCU is such a big loss. Like, not having Black Panther in like the original that he created, like that version of the character, like he would have been the face.
He would have been the new
Spider-Man.
Iron Man.
Yeah, he was like a combination between Cap and Iron Man. Like he was gonna be that.
Instead, his sister is a fucking dumbass.
Yeah, like we miss right now, like that Robert Downey Jr. poster boy face of the MCU. Like, there's nobody that is doing that.
The closest is Spider-Man, I guess.
But the fact that he's shared between Sony and Disney is like, it kind of screws it up because he can't always be in everything.
Maybe
but
we
if they
should
had
just
like
bring
that
Morbius
face of the franchise,
it's Morbin.
Yeah, right. I mean, that just can't, Morbius is on Disney Plus now.
Hell yeah!
So we're making our way towards that.
I do agree, though. I think if he was here, then we'd have something, you know?
Yeah, because like think about what that Black Panther movie would have been. Like it would have affected a lot more, I think.
And it would have been so good too because the villain was so good, but I hated the main character.
I didn't hate Shuri, but I definitely think Chadwick Boseman, like you really can't beat that. It sucks
because I loved her in the first movie and in the Avengers, whichever one, Infinity War, I think is the one she was in more. I can't remember.
Yeah, she's in Infinity
She was
War.
great.
No. Oh, yeah. She is Infinity
She was
War.
great in those movies, but then she becomes the queen, and she just like leads her country into the dirt, gets millions of people killed, and then goes, you know what? My bad.
Oopsies.
Yeah. It's rough. But yeah, it really makes me sad that Chadwick Boseman is like not a part of it.
Yeah, that would be a big change.
You need Robert Downey Jr. Like, you need that big name and that face to like kind of.
Unfortunately, I think that this is going to lead to a bad thing. I think they're going to be like, people hate everything. We got to bring back the old guys. Bring back Iron Man. Bring back Captain America.
Yeah, and I don't want that to happen either.
How long has it been since Endgame now? 6 years? 5, 6?
Yeah, but the problem is I don't feel like we've gone anywhere since. So bringing them back is like...
Yeah.
It's like nothing's changed.
Yeah. I think those are the two biggest problems. One, you don't have a face of the MCU. And two, where are you going? Like, where are you leading to? Like, okay, you keep saying Secret Wars, but that's just what people say. Like... You have the closest thing we've gotten to it is like one mention of like incursions at the end of Doctor Strange 2, and like half the audience didn't even know what that meant.
We're literally just in a filler arc. You know how like Naruto ends at episode like 126 or some shit, and then next 100 episodes are just filler? That's where we are right now. We're waiting for Naruto to end so Shippuden can start.
Yeah. It's going to be, I don't know.
I just really hope they don't bring him back, because it's one thing to make shit things. I can just be like, it ended at Endgame or Spider-Man. But if you go back and like ruin things, that sucks.
Yeah, I agree. But if it's like we're at 6 years now, like they're not coming back anytime soon. If we're at 10 years have gone by, like another 4 years go by, and then you want to bring back RDJ and Chris Evans as their versions?
It really depends, because if we're still where we are now, it depends what's happened. Because it could be 20 years, but if I feel like we're still no different than the end of Endgame, there's no point.
Yeah, it does depend on where it happened. If it's 20 years, then like anybody would like to see them back. But 10 years is still kind of like not enough time. Like, you have to have gone somewhere, especially if there's like no reboot that's happened.
Because
like,
Andrew was just 10 years, right? 10, 11 years,
yeah,
maybe?
Andrew was 10 or 11. And then Toby was like, if you go from like his
15?
Original, was like 20.
You know,
15,
but 2007 20. Was his last one.
Yeah.
But those worked because it was a reboot. This is still the same universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what makes it tricky, is it still being the same universe?
People are going to start feeling like it's the DC movies.
Who cares that Iron Man died? He's back. And then he comes back and does nothing. It's like, what a waste.
Yeah, they just brought him back to make us buy tickets, and that was it.
Or you bring him back and he's just as shitty as everything else has been, and you're like, wow, wish he didn't come back.
They bring him back or they ruin him or like belittle him.
Yeah.
That's something that happened.
Step aside, old
scary.
man. We don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
They do the chief. Thought you'd be taller, and he's like 3 feet taller than you.
They still call him a rich, selfish person, even though he sacrificed his life multiple times.
Yeah, right.
Nothing but a rich playboy.
He shows up and everyone just starts snapping at him.
Yeah. How do you guys, since we're talking about bringing back old actors, how do you guys feel about Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine?
That's fire.
That is pretty fire. That's only because of Ryan Reynolds.
I'm so excited. That's gonna be awesome.
I think I said this last time, but I really hope that it's just like a what do you call it? Like a trailer thing, like don't show everything. I hope he puts the mask on.
I hope so.
Oh, the cowl. That would
at
be
least for
pretty
one
cool.
scene. Just one. I want to see him fight with it one time.
That would be sweet. I would love to see that. Did you guys see the image of him without the sleeves?
Yeah.
No.
It's in the trailer.
That
He doesn't have
looked nice.
sleeves.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it?
That looked sick.
Yeah.
He has him walking. He's walking with Deadpool.
I didn't notice his arms.
Looks good.
Yeah. Definitely does. I'm so excited for that. Man, I hope
I like
it's
the
good.
Deadpool movies a lot too.
Yeah, me too. Feel like shit comes out so like in everything. I just feel like things take so freaking long to come out these days. You get like one game in a series every 10 years. You get like one Deadpool movie. What, it's been 8 years now? 2016, right?
Yeah, I think so. Damn, that's a long time.
Might be
No,
17.
2017? I think it might be 17, yeah.
It's right before Logan, right?
Yeah.
Dang. I
So,
forgot about that.
might be early 17. Logan comes out mid 17, something like that. Actually, no, it's after Logan.
So 18? No, it did not come out in the same as Endgame.
Because during it, Deadpool is like, you had to go ahead and get yourself killed, so now I'm going to one-up you or something like that. He makes a joke about it.
2018? Yeah, I just looked it up. First one's 16. So yeah, we got robbed. 2016 was the first one, 2018, 2 years later, and then they're like, wait 6 years for the next one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I guess they had that whole buyout thing that probably didn't help, plus the strike stuff, so... And COVID.
That is why. That's exactly why.
So,
COVID, and then the whole buyout of Fox and all of that stuff.
So they did have three things
make
body
a Deadpool
them.
movie.
All right, I understand it for them, actually.
Yeah.
6 years and
if you
three
think about
things
it, it actually
bodied
makes
them.
sense.
Still, it's annoying, but understandable. Take it back.
Yeah. But the rest of the MCU, there's no excuse for putting out garbage.
Yeah. But I do think, and I hope this is the transfer right here, the MCU is going downhill, but the Marvel, what do you call it, game universe, the MGU, is on the rise.
Yeah.
That is
That is true. That is on the rise. That is exciting.
Because both Spider-Man games were great. Wolverine game coming looks pretty good. That's the only one that's confirmed in the same universe. But then, even though these aren't in the same universe, the Guardians game rocked, and the Blade game looks cool.
The Blade game looks interesting because the art style is like way different than what I was going to expect. So could be pretty cool.
I would love if they expand into these game universes more. But also, the game universe might be canon to the cinematic universe because it connects to the Spider-Verse movies, which connect to Andrew, and Toby, which connect to Tom.
Everything's connected. Like, the multiverse exists, so that means everything's connected.
Keep it out of my games, please.
Please.
Just Give me
Speaking,
small
all right, we're going to
references.
go on a slight, I know this is an MCU episode, but we're going to talk a little bit of Marvel games now. So, the Spider-Man DLC stuff, that's supposed to be coming like somewhat soon.
Ooh.
And apparently there's like a multiverse DLC that's going to be happening, like Spider-Verse stuff that's getting involved.
Damn it.
Plus
Actually,
the Carnage
You know
thing.
what? I don't mind the Spider-Verse multiverse stuff.
They did it in the game. They have
No,
like,
I
the
mean,
little
I'm talking about the
spider
movies, though. But yes, also in the game. I just don't want it to pull away from that universe, you know?
I want them to keep their stuff separate, but like reference it.
Yeah, I like references. I thought it was done perfectly in the game, where it was like, it was like, McGill's been watching you or some shit like that.
Yeah.
They're basically thinking about recruiting game Spider-Man is what it made it seem like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the idea I got.
The Carnage stuff, though, that's exciting.
Super excited for that. I hope that that's good. There was all these leaks about that multiplayer Spider-Man game, like the Insomniac Spider-Man
That looked
game.
so bad.
That shit looked like that shit looked like ass. I'm glad that thing got canceled.
Yeah, legendary cancel.
And people were upset about that. I was like, did you guys not look at like how it looked? It looked like it was gonna be like Suicide Squad.
I was gonna say that it literally was the exact same game, but they just had more people in it, and it looked like it was not meant to have more people in it.
That's a shame.
Yeah,
Good cancel.
the concept would have been cool, but it was probably going to be extremely poorly executed. So
Probably for the best to
Also,
get canceled.
I totally even forgot. There's the Black Panther game or Captain America, some shit like that.
yeah, Captain America and Black Panther. There's also a solo Black Panther thing that's supposed to be like in development. There's not been anything officially said about it, but
Also, a possible
also
Venom
happening.
game.
yeah, that would be sweet.
There's a lot of potential in the game universe right now. Who is the one you
Yeah.
want to see if they were to make like same Insomniac / Wolverine, the Insomniac universe, which right now only confirmed are Spider-Man and Wolverine. Who else would you like to see in that universe?
In the Insomniac one, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Silk's coming. Dang, that's hard. There's a lot of people I would want to see.
Well,
I think
the
a
thing
Blade
I
game
would
could be
like
cool.
for them to I would like for them to, at least for now, keep Spider-Man on his own and expand the Spider-Man universe. So, because we're getting characters that, like, even though now I guess people probably wouldn't consider it with the game, but I feel like the game is what popularized originally. Miles was not really a big thing until the game, and then later Spider-Verse came out. Obviously, the movie wasn't made because of the game, but I didn't know shit about Miles to the game. And then I liked Miles in the game, and that's why I saw Spider-Verse.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, then,
I thought you.
I
thought you would have known.
I'd
about
heard
that.
of him, but I didn't know anything about him.
Ah,
Like, I've heard the
that's
name
interesting.
Silk, but I don't know anything about her.
Okay, yeah, that's a cool like perspective then to have experienced it from the game.
So I want them to keep showing me cool Spider-Man characters before they start showing me, oh, here's Hulk and Iron Man and everyone else.
Yeah. Okay, so if we keep it within the Spider-Man universe, then Silk's obviously coming. I think you got to do Spider-Gwen. I think you got to do Gwen. Like, that would be a cool one to add. Or Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew.
From Madam Web?
No, that's actually Madam Web.
No, the other one.
No, there's a different one. There's a different Spider-Woman. None of those three girls were her. Yeah. That's the original Spider-Woman is the one I'm talking about. Not those three.
That's my primary thing. I want Spider-Man characters that I do not know. I want to... Because for me, the games rock because I get to meet characters that I know little to nothing about, and it's never failed me.
Yeah. There's so many. It's fun. I'm excited to see what you guys think of Silk then, if you don't know like much about her. Because I like Silk a lot.
That's what I'm
And
saying,
her
man.
backstory is like fucked up. She's got a fucked up backstory. Like she was in the comics, at
The
least.
games are doing what the MCU should be doing. They're taking these obscure characters and they're making it like, that's a pretty cool character.
Yeah.
People are always like, Spider-Verse rocks. I love Miles because of Spider-Verse, but the game did it first. I think I do like Spider-Verse Miles a little more, but I like Insomniac Miles, and he was first.
Yeah, true. True.
If it has to be someone I know, though, I think an Iron Man game could be really cool, though.
What you know what they would be cool? Like, it doesn't have to be a game, but just like add this character to like Insomniac's universe. You can like the Fantastic Four. We know they exist, like they're around, because obviously the Baxter Building was in
Under construction.
Spider-Man 2.
It's not even done yet.
But
I expect references to them in the next one, actually.
I want them to show up because one of the best relationships
Human
in
Torch?
Marvel is Spider-Man
I love
and Johnny.
him. He
and
is
the
one of my
Human Torch.
favorite Marvel characters.
So if he showed up, that would be so cool.
That would be good, yeah. I would like that a lot, actually, if they got a few more heroes in on it too in Spider-Man, because New York in Marvel is just absolutely stacked and realistically should never have crime because every goddamn superhero lives there.
Yeah, they're all there.
Who would rob a store
another one that would show
in a
up?
city?
Daredevil.
Yeah, who would rob a store in a city where Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, the Avengers Tower, Doctor Strange? Like,
Yeah,
why would you do crime
It's-
there?
yeah, that's true. It's a great point. Great.
It can't
point.
be everywhere all at once.
There's
Just about. There's enough of them.
they're on every. There's a freaking superhero headquarters every block.
Yeah.
Especially like one of those big crimes, you know, like Venom's taking over the city. You'd think that there'd be a freaking hero team up, like, guys, the world's ending.
Yeah.
That's why Web
That
of
is
Shadows
one thing
rocks.
that makes it so hard for superhero movies and games and stuff to like. That's one thing that takes me out of it sometimes. Like, it's like, where's this guy at?
I mean, they always
Why
have
aren't
their
they
stupid
showing up?
excuses, right? Like, I think the Insomniac one is the Fantastic Four. Their building's just being built, right? So they're just getting their powers, probably.
Yeah, maybe.
Avengers, who knows? Doctor Strange, I think Wong is there, and he says something about how Doctor Strange isn't around right now.
Yeah.
And then all the like low-level street guys, who knows?
Yeah, right. Who knows? All right, well, this is probably going to be a little bit of a shorter episode. We're kind of coming up on the time that we wanted to hit.
Let's do one last
So-
thing I want to do.
All right.
What is everyone's favorite and least favorite MCU movie?
Oh, that's hard. Least favorite is hard. Favorite is easy for me, but that's
I
because
got mine so easy. So easy.
Least favorite?
Number one for me is Iron Man 1. God tier legendary, so good. Absolute worst, Thor, Love and Thunder. I hate that
not a
movie
bad-
so goddamn much. I hate the goats.
Not a bad choice. Not a bad choice.
I think my favorite is Thor
For me?
Ragnarok, and my least favorite is Thor Love and Thunder.
Damn, back
Good choice.
yeah, and the worst part about Thor Love and Thunder, I really went into that thinking, fuck man, this is gonna be so good. There's been so many bad Marvel movies lately, but Thor's back, Ragnarok was legendary, Infinity War, Thor was awesome, Endgame, Thor was awesome, Thor's with the Guardians now, so I'm gonna get to see some cool Guardians in Thor. This is gonna rock. Nope.
Yeah. For me, number one is probably No Way Home, but that's because I'm like the biggest Spider-Man fan, so that movie was always going to be number one for me. If it's not that one, then I might say Winter Soldier. That used to be my number one.
Okay.
I like
And
Winter
then
Soldier a lot.
just another thing,
And then-
actually, because I have a question here. I'm not sure if this is common or not. From what I've heard, I don't think it is. But Infinity War or Endgame?
That's hard.
I think Infinity War is
I think
so much
Infinity
better.
War.
I love both, but for me, Infinity War is like a 10 and Endgame's like an 8.
Okay, yeah. I have two answers, and it kind of agrees with you in some ways. I think for like Infinity War is a better movie all around, but I personally just like how Endgame ended, and I just liked the final battle and everything. Like it felt satisfying. Like if the MCU ended right then and there, I was like, all right, I can accept this. So I like it for that.
That's reasonable. Bert?
Infinity War. I just I just think it's cool, like how they're all. I don't know. Like I like it when Thor got Stormbreaker, and he rolled in on the field and then just absolutely demolished them. Like that was just such a cool scene that stands out in my head. Especially as I like Thor.
Thor showing. Well, I used to like Thor. It jumps back and forth for me, but yeah,
Thor showing up in Wakanda is peak MCU.
That's got to be a top 5 entrance in fiction. That's up there with Naruto's entrance in the Pain arc. If you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's peak.
You gotta watch Naruto, I'm telling you. If you liked Thor showing up in Wakanda, Naruto showing up in the Pain arc is insanely legendary.
It's like top 10 anime intros of all time.
That's top 1, man. Reasonably top 3. For me, top 1.
Dang.
That was the hardest pull-up I've ever seen. He pulled up so hard that they had to change his fit, and he had a whole new outfit.
Wow. That's intense.
It was a hard fit, too.
That was so hard that they only used it for that one episode. Well, that one arc, because it was just so insane to animate that they couldn't keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's nutty.
And Thor, he's up there in that. He's in that league, Thor. Thor's in the top 5 with Naruto.
Crazy. Oh, it's so good.
What makes a good entrance, though, like that is, one, yes, they have to kick ass. But what makes it good is that everyone else needs to be getting absolutely dog shitted on before they show up.
Yes. They need to be the reason why the battle's changed.
And you need to not be expecting it.
Yes. Or it needs to happen too late.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That does make it good. Thor's was kind of...
Thor's was on time.
I guess you could argue it was on time enough.
Naruto's wasn't.
Dang. Yeah, all right, well, I think that's about it for this one then. I think we're good, unless anybody else has anything that they want to add.
Nope.
I think we will sign it off.
Yeah, keep it salty.
See you guys. Yeah, see you guys next time.